What's up guys, Zami here and you're watching Heavy Metal Pomp. Today I've got another pomade review for you and we're going to continue looking at another product from the recently rebranded Vintage Armor lineup. For today we're going to be looking at Vintage Armor's Grease Pomade. Now this is an all-base pomade with a firm hold, and of course I want to thank Ikhwan for sending me this. Thanks dude. And without further ado, we're going to take a closer look at the jar right now. And here we have Vintage Armor's Grease Pomade. Now I don't have it on me, but the pomade does come in a white box with a pamphlet of the new lineup. The pomade itself comes in this white 3.5 ounce plastic tub, has a label around the side with this black and pink text. You get ingredients on one side, a basic rundown of the product next to it, and a bit more information on the other side as well. Once again, even though the presentation is really simple, I do think it looks really clean and nice. And if you open it up, you get this off-white pomade inside. The scent's called Pinella, which is pine and vanilla. And honestly, what I get is a vanilla smell with a minty touch. It's pretty simple, but I do think it's a pleasant smell. It's also quite present in the hair without being overbearing. Now scooping it out, I'm going to scoop out the top layer. Comes out with very minimal effort. You don't really need to apply that much pressure to get it out, and breaking it down, just the same. Breaks down really smooth and creamy. Applying it to the hair, goes pretty nicely. Doesn't feel waxy at all. Just feels really slick and smooth once it's in the hair, which is really nice. There's hardly any tugging or pulling whatsoever too, and I'm applying in dry hair. You can definitely apply this in damp hair if you want to, but I don't really see the need for it. It goes in really smooth as it is. The scent, like I mentioned, definitely has some presence to it, which is really nice because I do enjoy the scent. And as for the shine, it's supposed to provide a high shine, but I'm getting a medium shine, which is still pretty nice. Flicking it back, as you would expect, goes through really smoothly. Doesn't feel waxy at all. You do feel a slight amount of resistance, but that's from the hold you're gonna get from the pomade. But once again, the slickness you get with this is just amazing, as you can tell. Gonna style my hair now. Talk to you again in a bit. I think I'm pretty much just gonna call that done. So as you can tell, I'm getting a good amount of height. My sides are holding down really nicely. Once again, that slickness is just excellent. Getting that medium shine, and the scent is present but not overpowering. So anyways, let's talk more about the Grease Pomade. Now when I made my review on the cream pomade, I compared it to Jabbat, and as for the Grease Pomade, I couldn't help but compare it to Sultan, which was Vintage Armor's previous all-base pomade. The comparison I made with the cream pomade and Jabbat was that the cream pomade felt like a better version of Jabbat. However, as for the comparison between the Grease Pomade and Sultan, I don't really think there's a definitive answer as to which one is better. Now Sultan for me was this waxy heavy hold pomade that's just gonna endure the hottest of weather. If you want to check out my review of it, I'm gonna link it up here and down below. As far as the Grease Pomade goes, I feel like it's a more well-rounded all-base pomade. Application with this stuff, as you saw earlier on, just ridiculously easy, scoops out and breaks down with very minimal effort, and it goes into the hair really nicely. Even though it's a slicker product, it doesn't feel overly greasy and even has just enough waxiness to provide a good amount of hold. Now the hold I wouldn't consider to be a true firm. I'm getting a lightweight medium to firm hold, which is still a good amount of hold to work with. You can expect some good endurance with this. It's definitely not beast mode, and I wouldn't advise you to use this on scorching hot weather, but for regular daily indoor use, it's gonna hold up just fine. And as for washing it out, it takes about 2 to 3 showers with shampoo to fully cleanse your hair, and you can expect a nice clean build-up, which is great for next day use. Now just like the others in the main Vintage Armor lineup, it does feature a key ingredient called Moringa oleifera. Still not sure if I'm pronouncing that correctly. It's supposed to provide several healthy hair benefits, and while the conditioning effect doesn't feel as apparent compared to the cream pomade, my hair still doesn't feel wrecked, which is a good thing. So anyways, final verdict on Vintage Armor's Grease Pomade. I give it a 4 out of 5. Like I mentioned earlier, I don't really think there's a definitive answer as to whether this is a better version of Sultan, but it's still a good all-base pomade nonetheless. It's a really well-balanced all-base pomade, and it goes without saying that you should definitely check this one out. So yeah, I think that's pretty much it. Hope you liked the review. Do leave a comment down below, subscribe to my channel right here, or you can check out my last video right here. I'll see you again soon. Thanks for watching.